one-stop spot for everything poker. Today, my little railbirds, I want to welcome you back to the 10-minute tip series. Today's tip is one that actually transcends poker, okay? It is one that actually can be utilized outside of poker in your regular everyday life. Probably should be. But we're going to reference it just within poker because that's what we're talking about. Now, I'm aware that when I actually mention what this tip is, okay, some of you are going to probably just turn the video off and think, well, it's not that important, okay? There's more important tips out there to learn than this one. And I can assure you that's not true. This is very important. And if you really are dedicated to wanting to become a very good poker player, a great poker player, this is one that is actually very, very important, okay? The tip itself, quite simply, is know yourself. Okay, I'm glad that a bunch of you are still here for this because that is important. That's what we're here for. I'm here to help you become a better player. You're here to become that better player, so I appreciate you sticking it out. And now let's get into why this is so important for you. Okay? If you remember in the Ploys video, if you haven't seen it, go back and look at it. But if you have, then you'll know that poker is 80% psychological. Okay? That means that it's all up here in the head. It's a psychological game. It's a mental game. All right? They're using this. All right? So it's 80% mental. Well, guess what? You are a very big key component of that game that you are playing. So it's very important to know yourself. Now, here's how this works, okay? The brain itself works under a simple process, okay? The brain works with thought, then feeling, then behavior, okay? You never have a behavior without a feeling, and you never have a feeling without a thought. Now, I know that it might seem that, oh, no, I have feelings and I've never had a thought to go with it. I've acted without a feeling. That's not true. You might not have recognized it, but everything can be traced back to a thought that generated the feeling that led to the behavior. Okay? That's how it works. So, if you can start to identify within yourself these things that are causing you to go down that negative path, okay? The biggest key point to remember, negative poker never wins. Negative mindset in poker, bad. You don't want it, okay? That puts you on tilt, and you don't want to be on that tilt train, okay? So by knowing these things about yourself, and by being able to recognize those feelings before they create the behavior of dumping your chips, you can cut it off at the pass. That's what you want to do, all right? You want to cut this off at the pass. You want to derail that tilt train so it doesn't even get to the station, okay? Because you don't want to be on it. You don't want to be dumping your chips to those other people. You want to keep your chips. And to do that, you have to keep your brain. Keep it going. Keep it in a positive thing. So if you know these negative things, then you can actually catch them and derail it. Maybe it means getting up from the table. You know, maybe go to the bar, grab a drink real quick, or go step outside, get some fresh air, have a cigarette if you smoke, or whatever it is you smoke, whatever it is you do. Take those steps to alleviate the negative headspace so that you can come back and play better poker. Okay? Now, here's the other thing with that. If you know yourself and you know the negative, you also can know the positive. And if you know the positive, you can use those things to help combat that negative part. And you can use that positive end to help lift you out of that negative headspace. Okay? So it works all the way around. Now, here's why it's important for you to your opponents. This is the other big reason why it is important to know yourself. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably not going to like this, but guess what? Your mama lied to you. Your significant other, they lied to you. Don't worry, they lied to me too. See, you're not unique, okay? You're not an anomaly. You're not one of a kind. Okay, you're special. But what do I mean by this? Okay, I'm not degrading you. What I mean is you're human, okay? And guess what? Everybody else at that table, they're human too. And that means that they're all bound by the exact same thing. Thought, feeling, behavior. Okay? They're going to follow that same path. So if you know it within yourself, and you can identify these things within yourself, then you're going to get better at picking it up in your opponents. You'll probably see that their tilt train is getting closer and closer to the station, and they don't even see it coming. So what does that do? Well, that gives you the edge, because then you can poke that bear. You can twist that knife a little bit. Give them a little push right off that station, right into that tilt train, and then they start dumping their chips to you. well, just to the table, but hopefully you're the one that can collect them. But the thing is that if you can recognize that they're getting closer to tilt, they might not see it. And so you now have the ability to put them where they don't want to be, where they can't be, to be playing great poker. Okay? Because negative headspaces don't win in poker. They get lucky once in a while, but they don't win. Okay? So now here's the third part of this. Okay? Now if you remember in the Poker Ploys video, I talk about images. Okay? Images very important. Okay? Your perceived value of your cards, but your perceived value of you is just as important. Okay? So you know that your other players there, the good ones, they're going to be watching you. Okay? They're going to see possibly these signs of, are you on tilt? So what do? Well, quite simply, you start acting like you're on tilt in a spot that you know that you probably would have been in the past. Let them see it. Let them see that you look like you're going on tilt. Let them see that you've gotten on that train. You're taking it for a ride. Because then, when you start making your bets, and they're going to look at you and think, this motherfucker's on tilt. He ain't playing right. I got him. Boom, I call. Boom. And then you scoop in that pot because you were never on tilt. You were in a positive headspace the whole time. They didn't know that. They don't need to know that. You sell them on the belief that you're in a negative space and just play it out. You can set the table up. And that's what this is really about, okay? That's what poker is about. Poker is about being very, very psychologically adept, okay? That's what makes this game great, but it also makes it tough, okay? Because rather than blaming the cards for something and letting that get to you, okay, when it wasn't the cards' fault, because it can't be, because they have no control. It's statistical probability. So getting mad at the cards for not giving you that fifth card for the flush, or filling in your straight. You can't be mad at the cards. If you get mad at the cards, then you're actually putting yourself in a negative headspace rather than realizing, hey, it's statistical probability. Okay? In my expected values, more times than not, I'm going to win in this spot, so this was the right move. It didn't work out this time, but hey, it's okay. So think about it. All right? Remember, where you put your mindset is very important. Okay? The thoughts you have are very important to your feelings and then your behaviors. Okay? So keep your thoughts positive, and your game will improve.